Hello YouTube, Dogfoot9 here, and welcome to another episode of the Arsenal Career Mode. And we're picking off where we left off last time, and we've got some matches in the club competitions now. We're back in the Premier League. Last episode, we had some international friendlies, and we didn't do too well in them. We lost both our matches, I think, even against Hungary, which I didn't expect, but, you know, Russia, they're not the best team as I spoke about last time, but they'll probably be alright. I might stay with them or I might move, it depends which one you guys pick, because soon my contract is going to be finishing with Russia. So if you guys want me to join another international team, then please say that in the comment section below. I'll probably join another team because I'm not really enjoying using Russia at the moment. It just depends who offers me an international contract. But first we've got to get through these club matches, and we're against Norwich, as I said, and they've got some really good players. We've been transferring them recently in the last transfer window. We've been getting a couple of good players in, and also in real life been transferring some players. I think it was last season we got a couple of new players in, and Snodgrass, players like that they've been getting in, and those are really good players from lower divisions which they got. I think Snodgrass used to play for Leeds, and he played pretty well there, and he's been playing really well for Norwich recently as well. But early on we get the ball here with Podolski. He goes down the wing. He's been playing really deep. He's been playing out wide recently for me whenever I put him in the striker position, so I might start to play him on the left wing again, like I used to, but I haven't got really too many strikers I can use to replace him, so I've had to play him in the centre quite a bit recently. But that's how the game finished 1-0 from that strike from Andrea.
There goes the final whistle,
and it was a pretty good goal, but it's a bit bad to only score one goal against Norwich when we've got some really good strikers. We've got Lewandowski, Podolski, Adrian, and we've got some really good players who should be scoring loads more goals than, well, one in a match against Norwich, who haven't got the best defence in the world, and they are going to be a team which is going to finish maybe about 10th or 11th in the overall league, so we should be beating them maybe 3 or 4-0. And as you can see from the title, it is going to be a bit of a goal drought this episode. I don't know what was happening with the team. The team just wasn't clicking together really well, and we were defending alright, but when we were on the attack we seemed to be losing the ball really easily. I don't know whether it was because the opponents were closing us down and stopping us from passing and creating moves, but it just seemed that we couldn't get the ball into the back of the net, which we really need to be doing. So I was thinking about how I could maybe make the team a bit better for this next match against Benfica, because if we beat Benfica we'll be alright, and I think we will go through into the knockout stages of the Champions League, and that's something we want to be doing. And as we go in now into the match, Benfica as well as Norwich have got a couple of good players who can be a bit of a worry. Because, you know, Benfica are one of the best teams in Portugal, and they're one of the best teams in Europe, obviously, because they've qualified for Champions Cup as it is in FIFA. And early on here we do get the ball, and Javinho is running down the side, passes it into Lewandowski. A bit of slow build up here, trying to break away through, find out any weak areas in defence. We'll pass it out to Mayachi, and Mayachi crosses it into Lewandowski, and Lewandowski puts it between the legs of the keeper, and that opens it up, the scoring, and that lets us go ahead 1-0 up. And he did use his weak foot there in his volley. It wasn't the strongest volley ever, but it did do the job, and we do score from it. Then once again Lewandowski on the edge of the box here does a bit of a turn, passes it back to Frimpong after it loses it, and Phoebe scores a goal for us there. And that's really good to see Benny Phoebe back into the team, because he was injured for I think 3 months, and that's really not the best thing to have for your squad, a really young striker injured who can have a really big effect on the match. As you see there, I brought him on as a sub, and he did have a really big effect. But unfortunately, we can't keep a clean sheet. I don't know how that went in, because the keeper should have really put that out of the danger area, but he just couldn't parry it away in time, and it hit the post and went in, which is pretty unfortunate, because I would have liked to keep a clean sheet, because it would have helped the morale of our keeper. I think it was Courtois in that, but you know, it doesn't matter really too much, because we still did win the match. And then our next game is against Southampton, and Southampton are I think in about 15th position at the moment, and we should be easily beating them. But as before, we are having a goal drought at the moment, and the actual score of the match before we even get into it was actually 0-0, which is pretty terrible from the team. We should be beating Southampton, and as you can see here, I'm putting out quite a strong team against them. I don't know what actually happened really, because the team, they should have been playing extremely well against the team, which is much lower in ability than us. I did put Habwar in net. He didn't let any goals in the match, but as you can see, I've put Muriel and Podolski on and Adrian behind them, with Asimo on the wing, who are four really good players for me. And then my right winger, he's also really good. And against Southampton, we should be beating them. The entire team is quite a good team, Arsenal we've got at the moment, and we should be beating teams really comfortably. And as you can see, two players out from suspensions and injuries, who are quite important to their team, and we can't even beat them then. So that's pretty disappointing from us. We did bring on a couple of players to try and score for us, but still couldn't actually score against them at all. But we do get a bit of good news here. It's out of the negative stuff now. We're getting some positive news in, and that is that Abu Diaby can now play again. So I'll be using him because he's a really good, solid, centre defensive mid for us. And I mean, Frimpong, he's good, but he's a bit young, so he needs a bit more experience. And probably in the next transfer window, I'm going to put him up for loan. I think he already is loan listed, so I'm going to let clubs come in and try and get him on loan, because I want him to grow. But really, we've got two pretty good centre defensive mids who I'd much rather use over him. So I've just got to let him grow a bit more. Same with Nabry. I'm going to let him go if anyone offers a season loan for him, because then he can grow a bit more. And because we've got Mayachi, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Theo Walcott on that right wing, and we don't really have too much space in the squad for him. He's not getting as much game time as I should be giving him, but we've got three better wingers than him. You can play on the left, but we've got Javinho, we've got Podolski, and we've got Asamoah who can all play on that left hand side, and that's just not going to give him any experience. So I'm going to give him a season loan. But here, some absolutely atrocious defending here. Right flips just muscles his way through, and a brilliant pass out, and an absolutely amazing strike by Haynes there. Gives Charlton the 1-0 lead, and then we had to strike back, and it took us to the 84th minute to be able to build an attack against them. Aguero here with a beautiful shot into the bottom right hand corner. I must say the Charlton keeper was playing really well, but we should have been beating them, because we are just obviously a superior team. I'm not saying being cocky about it or anything, but obviously Arsenal should be beating teams like this. And Podolski down the wing here, does an absolutely brilliant run, cuts back inside and passes it across here to Lewandowski, and Lewandowski, last part of the match, cannot miss, and he doesn't miss. He's going to put that into the bottom right hand corner, and that's all that happened in that match. That's all she wrote, and we snatched the win in the last second there. So until next time guys, I'll see you guys later. Please either like if you enjoyed, also subscribe for more FIFA 13 career mode, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.